Hi, welcome to... I'm picking up my controller, I don't know why, that doesn't work for Sunless Sea. Welcome to Sunless Sea Zubmariner. Thank you again to Failbetter for sending me this, and sorry it's taken so long to get to part 2. I should be playing Life is Strange, but instead I'm keen to dive back into the sea. I haven't done any reading about this, so we're just going to continue a blind playthrough. Some guides might come later, I'm not sure. We will see. Here we are. So, where were we before? Create an anatomical cabinet. We're going to skip all that for now. Let's see what we had to do. Logbook, Gazetteer, journal. There's something about objective. Investigating Snuffer's tomb colonists. No, there was something about... Undercrow? What about the kid? There was something about... It wasn't propagation, it wasn't Pigmo Isle, was it? Nuncio, no. Menaces, memoirs, lineage. Learning about... Not the Isle of Cats. Favours. Empire of Hands. Anth. We were Aigul. The Imperious Sister has asked you to investigate the regrets of her brother. So back to Aigul, but we want to stop off at... Oh, hello. The brisk campaigner. Oh, okay. I swear to you that no matter what happens next, I will keep no other secrets from you. She pauses to think. No secrets of my own. I'm a doctor yet. You have my deepest thanks, my very deepest. May we adjourn to your cabin to discuss the matter in private. You've elected to help the brisk campaigner. I think this is Visage, right? How are my hearts? 44. How many secrets have we got? Quite a few. Okay, there we go. A cure for evanescence. I'm going to need fresh flesh from chillier kingdoms. Solacefruit. We need Solacefruit from the meeting isles where the Mangrove College is. And yes, I need more Mutersalt. I regret that it's not cheap. So what do we need? We need Solacefruit, Mutersalt. We've got a strange catch. We don't have a docile Blemigan. 150 mirrors, lordy. Okay, where are we going to get a docile Blemigan from, and where are we going to get Mutersalt? Solacefruit comes from the Mangrove College. We need that anyway, so let's get our way over there. Okay. Have we got the thing that prevents my engines exploding? And have I got enough? No, I've got nothing like enough fuel or supplies. What's my cargo? 58 out of 70. Let's slow down and buy some of that then. Transform ship. Shops. Solacefruit, no, buy. Let's just fill up on these. Have we got enough crew? Yes. 22 fuel, 17 supplies. We should be in good shape. Oh, I forgot to repair my hull. That wasn't smart. That's very much what I needed to do. That's why we scuppered back to London in the first place. Shipyard. shipyard? No, it's Story, your lodgings, London, adventurer's desires, London. Put your ship in dry dock. This will completely repair your hull, 100 echo. Okay, jobs are good. Let's just get that fuel back. And off we go. I need quite a lot of Solacefruit. Should we go under the sea to get there? I'm hoping that terrifying spider creature from last time is not still with us. Also, let's have a look at the map to see if there's anything else to discover on the way. That is something new. We're up here, that's Demo Isle. Okay, so we are Melting Isles, but we're going to try, I guess, swinging by there. Whatever that is. Let's do this thing. See what other treasures we might uncover on the way. Ominous. Ooh, hello. What's this? No. Is that something we can kill? Yes, yes it is. Oh, terror. Is that another horrible ship? Wreck ship, crew 25. They've seen us. Loot the putter pony. Quickly! The damage done to its shell was immense. Already the hull is collapsing. Hear the crew's last wishes. Putter pony is lost, but at least you can provide a human face at their airlock glass. You've gained 2 intriguing snippets. Water pours into the we did that last time. Neither of us should be here. The putter pony buckles entirely. She is lost. Right then, you terror. This thing isn't actually doing too much damage to me. Or is it? Yes, it is a little bit. Still, we'll survive. You've defeated a wreck ship there. It makes it much more convincing, Wrack. Now you've finished with it. Destroy them utterly. Perhaps they're still shamming. Perhaps you're in need of target practice. Perhaps you just haven't blown anything up in a while. I just did. Send a boarding party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. You can't prepare a boarding party. Any plan goes out of a porthole the minute your boots touch the deck of a strange vessel. In this case, it seems like the pirates like to play dead in person as well. Fortunately, your crew aren't the kind to be fooled twice. They return with clean cutlasses and bloodied boots. Some are even smiling. You've gained 2 fuel, 2 supplies, and 116 echo. Very good, very good. All clear. Okay, down to 360 hull. That's manageable. How are we doing on that map? Sort of south-west. There's a current going the wrong way. Alright, we don't want to ride that. How are we doing here? Pretty much straight in this direction. Swing around these buildings. Anything on the radar? Nope. Yeah, yes. 2 things. I'm not sure what to make of these. And there was something just down here as well. Suffered 25 damage. Okay, let's not drive straight into those again then. Oh, let's surface maybe, because oxygen. I forget about oxygen. Are we close to the melting isles? Not especially. Let's go forward a little bit while we're waiting for this. Maybe we'll find something to kill on the way. Poodle along quite happily. What is it to surface T? Why did I think it was Z? Z's Z-bat, right? Yeah. Hello, bound shark. I'll have a go at you. Okay, let's see what treasures await here. Its bounds buckled, its skin torn, its teeth shattered. Use its meat, its torment ended with death. You have more immediate concerns. Someone has bound it savagely with a black iron, sunk bands, and joined mechanisms deep into its flesh. Digging deep, you succeeded. Okay. 30 fragment, 1 hunting trophy, yes. 1 hull, yes. 1 terror. The cage has begun to distort its shape. More than seems reasonable, but then a shark has no bones. Rods of iron inserted deep into its flesh have done impossible things. There are organs in there none of you recognise. Its suffering must have been extraordinary. You take a tooth as a trophy. If your hull is damaged, your engineer will repurpose some of its cage as repair materials. Very good, very good. Okay, I think we can dive again. And investigate whatever this nonsense is directly underneath us. Let us see this treasure. Ooh, it's a wreck. Board the wreck. The ship is silent as its watery grave. You'll have to uncover it. You'll have to enter to uncover its secrets. You don your diving gear. The hull opens with a disquieting crunch. A crewman stops to pick bits of skull from his boot. Inside the wreck, bones haunt every surface. Each bone has been split and hollowed out so that both inside and out could be inscribed. Some of the bones are dated, the first in each skeleton. It appears the crew were chosen for scrivening one at a time. There is something legible on the right ulnar of an otherwise unmarked skeleton. Scrimshander. You've gained 8 lamentable Wrack. Your A discovery quality has gone. Okay, I feel like we're pretty close to this underground thing. Yeah, it's just this way. Is this it here? We're right on top of it. What is this then? What if we zoom in here? Oh, is it perhaps a lighthouse? Yes, that's exactly what it is. And there are some blue screaming things. Well, let's go back under while we explore our way to, not the Uttershoon, but Melting Isles. An obstruction prevents you from diving. Seek clearer waters. Alright, I guess we're going to kill these things then. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. No! What am I doing here? I don't want to repair. There we go. Oh lordy. These things are wrecking me for reals. Well, at least we're not losing any crew, that's something, but we have lost a lot of damage. Record their cries, recover the feathers. They'll sell in London and Khan's Heart. Recover feathers. You have now 35 royal blue feather. Interesting, that should sell for a pretty penny. Let's get underground. Underground? Under the sea. Make our way to the Mangrove Isles with 256 hull. Back to London soon then. It's hemorrhaging my hull. I thought there was another dockyard somewhere, I guess I was wrong. Maybe out in the east on the Empire of Hands. Maybe not. Ah, treasure. 2 treasures. What's this one? 1 fuel. Our engineer assures us it will burn. Bones lay scattered and gnawed on the seabed. Rib cages yawn open, breastbones shattered. Fragments of skull litter the sand like pearls. Take a closer look at the bones. Scavenge the bones. Gather up the bones. A very chancy challenge. Perhaps you mean to bury them. Perhaps you have other uses in mind. What killed these people? What is it? Veils, pages, hearts. Hearts failed, 1 terror and 1 lamentable relic. There is so very little left. You gather up a few ribs only to find the pressure of your touch shatters them to dust. On further inspection, you discover the bones are hollow, all the marrow drained or sucked out. What happened here? How are we doing for the map? Pretty much directly this way, and we should be there. Let's, can we boost under the sea? It seems we can. Where is my sonar? Here it is. Ah, there was a current we could have ridden. This looks like the mangrove. Let us return to the surface. I should really have been exploring the isles on the way, because a lot of them seem to have additional things. Mutersalt sells at Venderbite, as I recall. Let's see if these guys have any no shops available. Fine. Story, the Mangrove College. Ooh, there's a gentleman watching you rather closely. He may be mumbling to himself. The impolite investigator shakes your hand with extreme vigour. Good day, Captain. When do we leave port? Can your ship outrun the Khan's best? Not that you'll have to, but it'd be comforting to know that you could. Take his hint. He needs to escape, and you can get him away. Ignore his hint. His incessant questions are irritating. You don't want him on board. Take his hint. I'll welcome myself aboard. Where is my bunk? He heads up the plank before you. He continues talking, expecting you to keep up. The Carnelians didn't seem to like me asking questions. Not many people do. It's made me unpopular in most ports, but there's still one I haven't tried. Could you take me to Hideaway? It's beneath the waves, on the back of a gigantic beast. You cannot miss it. He's asked you to take him to Hideaway. And where might Hideaway be? Aigul? Anth? It's going to be one of these two, possibly, or this chap. Or... no, that's the wreck of the Nocturne. Alright, well, let's see what we can see. Maybe when we... I don't know. We'll have to see what we see, won't we? Let us return to the Mangrove College. The Mangrove College is named for its scholars and philosophers. They've long abandoned civilized comforts for the life of mine. Sometimes they want these civilized comforts back. I think this makes you quite a lot of money. You now have won a checkered character. The principal's Port Cecil, black, white and silver. Please take me there. Sooner, later, it doesn't matter. I know how complex the moves can be. Ah, yes, they like chess. Eat, drink, be merry. Gather supplies. 3 supplies. Good, good. Into the Wispways. Take plenty of candles. Unlock the Mirrors of the Sea. I only have 77 fragments. Is this fragments? No. Compile a port report. Nope. You have one. Oh, I've already got one. I should have sold those. Put a Blemigan ashore. Unlocked with... where do we get docile Blemigans from? We're going to need one regardless. Unlocked with 1 supply. Unlocked with 1 fire. Oh, we should have bought some candles. Good lord. Is anything unlocked here? Nothing at all. Alright, well let's swing back via Port Cecil, which thankfully is just there. Let's go to the Uttershoom to grab a 3 docile Blemmigan. Could be running out of fuel anytime soon as well. That might be a bit scary. Now, where's the entrance to the Uttershoom? As I recall, it's around the other side. Uttershoom, Uttershroom. What's that? That's a Carnelian thing. We don't want to deal with that. I think you can go under these? Yeah. The Uttershoom. There are no shops. Story, the Uttershoom. Gather intelligence. Ah, 3 docile Blemmigan. And you want more Blemmigan? We always have more Blemmigan. Okay, so, journal. The irrepressible cannoneer. No, the brisk campaigner. Speak to. She needs, we've got the Blemmigan, we've got the strange catch, we need a Muterfruit and still Solacefruit. I feel like we can buy Solacefruit somewhere. Could we buy it down at Port Cecil? Down at Port Carnelian? Let's swing via Port Carnelian. God, my health's at 250 already. Okay. The Wreck of the Miko. Yeah, let's get up to Port Cecil, and then we'll swing down to Port Carnelian, and then we will go up to London and hopefully not run out of fuel and die. I feel like there's got to be fuel at Port Carnelian. We can turn the light off to manage terror a little better. I really want to push F. Oh, eel. Smack him in the mouth in a minute. Port Cecil, shops. Yes, fuel. Okay. 20 should be plenty. 20 should be plenty. And then 5 more supplies. Story. Port Cecil. Drop off the checkered character. He waits eagerly by the rail. He lifts his head to inhale. I can already smell the chess, he announces. You've gained 100 echo. You've lost a checkered character. Did they have anything else here? No, just fuel and supplies. An extra move. A voice whispers, pawn to bishop 6. A rearing shape the size of a cottage, rather like a mitred bishop indeed, stands 6 yards to your right. A crevice in the coral side might be a cave mouth. The end game, returning with Sphinx stone. You squeeze through the crevice into a narrow space like a stair. Regular steps lead down. The silver light is strong here and grows stronger with each step downwards. I offer an assistant at flutes and scintillac. You enjoy scintillac, aren't you? A rubbery man rises from a cyst in the floor. An iridescent cicatrice. Cicatrice crosses its face. Even in this flood of silvery light, it pulses like a fevered moon. It shuffles closer. Short flyans, it wheezes, unprecedented, a rubbery capable of human speech, in however debased and pitiful a mode. You now have one nacreous outcast. Oh, he'll be a cook. My emissary, the cave whispers, treat it gently. The whisper follows you back up the steps. Take it to the salt lions. Explore the coral. We'll get a port report. Oh, hello, a shadowy predator. It's the little things, the click of a sliding stone where there should be silence, and motion in the shadows as if they were thick-stirred like ink, a lull in the cry of the zebats, something is watching you, drawing closer hour by hour. You and your crew draw back to back, watching the darkness. Wait, watch, and end it. It has stealth, but you have rifles. All you need is a clear shot and you'll earn yourself a trophy. This could be tricky, capture it alive. We don't really need one of those. Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? We lose some crew. You've gained 5 terror, you've lost 2 crew, 1 tale of terror. One of your crew strays too far from the group, you never know why. You don't know it's happened until you hear him cry out as your crew rushes to assist. There's another cry from behind you, another Zayla vanishes into the darkness. You glimpse a writhing coil of limbs and the glitter of eyes, and the beast is gone. The beasts, there must be at least 2 of them, who knows how many more. You retreat with haste to the ship, eyes wide. You see nothing more of the predators. Perhaps their hunger is satisfied. An extra move. This is not a place to be. Continue. Gather intelligence. Yes. I feel like if I put a Blemmigan ashore, it is bad. So let us be on our way. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Nope, nope, nope. I want to kill this moray eel. That's the hull, fine. As long as we don't lose crew, we're in good shape. Dissect it for knowledge. You've gained 5 fragment and 2 terror. Very good, very good. Alright, we wanted to go via Port Carnelian to see if they sell Solacefruit, which for some reason I think they do, but I might be remembering incorrectly. Where are we? Miles away from where we need to be. Okay, southwest. Let's hope those blue prophets haven't come back. A belch of smoke goes up from the funnel. Nope. We probably don't want to worry about him. All clear. No, not all clear. Fine. All clear now, surely? No? Okay. Port Carnelian. We can reduce a little bit of terror here. Let's keep that down. Shops. Yeah, buy Solacefruit for 250 a pop. Ouch. How much money have we got? We need some fuel. How many echoes do I have? Where are my echoes? There, 4259. Alright, well let's just buy some. Cargo 67, could do with a couple more of those. 1 more fuel, we are in good shape. Is there anything to do here? Port Carnelian. Pan for sapphires in the fungal jungle. Put a Blemmigan ashore? No, I think that's bad. Call it a room above a bookshop. The diplomats of the Khanate were expelled from Port Carnelian following the Galatea incident. Only 1 remains behind. Not in any official capacity, you understand. No, I'm retired now, he tells you cheerfully. His crockery, as white as the moon and rimmed with gold over tea, he comments sympathetically on the governor's difficulties. I feel for the man, I really do. And asks probing questions regarding your travels. You managed to squeeze in a few of your own. Oh, the Khan is very fond of sapphires. Blue is his favourite colour. You now have 1 report. Port Carnelian. I may as well. You've gained 33 echo. Continue. Very good. Let us be on our way. Now, they wanted Solacefruit in Aigul. So let us away to Aigul, under the sea. Ah, the impolite investigator's question. The impolite investigator approaches you smiling. Now we're safely submerged, I have a question, Captain. I discovered that several crew members are attracted to you. Would you become intimate with any? If so, who? How would you engage? And why haven't you indulged yet? Refuse to reply. This is not a topic you wish to speak about with him. Respond with a secretive smile. Let him draw his own conclusions. Threaten to keelhaul him. So you want to play the voyeur, so you can arrange for him to be jettisoned from the submarine and dragged along. Maybe he can peek through a porthole and find an answer himself. Eye him hungrily. Isn't he just delicious? Unlocked with menaces unaccountably peckish. 1. You have 5. Wow, okay, I'm a cannibal. I don't particularly want to eat him. Let him draw his own conclusions. The investigator nods. That tells me everything I need. I know where to make follow-up inquiries, but before I go, I'd like some specifics. I already have some theories about your predilections. Would you confirm some of the details? You gave an impolite investigator all he needed for an answer. Close gazetteer. I feel like that wasn't the best answer we could have given, but such is life. Aigul's directly north from here, right? Ah, there's that naughty, naughty fish. Stuck in there. I mean, I feel like we could probably kill it from here, right? Without too much trouble. Ooh, back away, back away, back away. Have we got... Ooh, it's seen me. Still pulling from there. Wow, okay, well, let's approach very carefully. And then getting out might be a problem, I suppose. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Slingshot straight through. Really? I can't pick up the treasure? Okay, fair enough. Let us see what this treasure is. It's seemingly nothing. Okay. Maybe that was the thing that was... I don't know. Who knows? Let's get into Aigul, and then I think back to London, for the hull is far from excellent. Especially when I just spend all my time smacking into the side there. Aigul. Ask the first mate for the help of finding regret of a sensitive brother. The imperious sister waits an answer. She has set a rendezvous at Hunter's Keep. Bribe the first mate. Ooh. Wouldn't the spikes of Aigul look friendlier with a bit of mushroom foliage? 1 Solacefruit, you have 4. Go. Gratefully received. The crew can't show you around. The first mate keeps the hatch keys. They rarely leave the engine room, but they'll come out for Solacefruit. The first mate's features are softer than the average Londoners, as though they've become part of the part rubbery man. On that point, I was going to add the nacreous dude here. We'll do that in a second. The first mate's features are softer than the average Londoners, as though they've become part rubbery man. Their skin is marked in dozens of places with shiny calcified ovals around which the skin is reddened. You offer them Solacefruit and they receive it reverently. They don't eat it in front of you, but withdraw through a hatch that's usually kept locked. They're gone a long time, and far off you hear a man's deep laughter. It's a surprising sound in the whispering ship. At last the first mate returns, fingers stained. An occurrence, your Aigul acquaintance with the first mate quality is now 5. Gained hospitality through a gift of Solacefruits. You now have won by Aigul's first mate sensitivity, and you've lost a Solacefruit. The kettle was a research vessel. Now the first mate sometimes engages in research on the fluke spines that pierce the ship. The room is blocked by a thick spine at waist level. The spine is purple-black, and the crew have been working at it with planes, grinding away with a silvery powder. The powder is collected on mats and sieved into bottles. Our export, the first mate explains, and it goes to Station 3, but that is not what we've come for. The first mate touches the spine. For a time their spirit is absent. Then, from one of the few patches of unmarked skin, they grow a needle-shaped protrusion and snap it free. A memento of what I saw when my mind was with Aigul. You now have 1 Aigul needle of Fortis. The first mate quality is 10. Let us eavesdrop in the kettle. 1 Aigul needle of Fortis, new total 2, and 20 fragments. You hear the tomb colonist. A surprisingly strong old woman bickering over a hand of cards. The captain complaining about the bandage sticking to his thigh. You hear us. The scrape of metal as in new submarine docks. Your own crew talking about how the spines gave them the shivers. Your crew hears us too. The first mate is talking to the captain in a low voice about what they found in their last exploration. There are fresh needles in the collection. Ask the first mate for help finding the regret of the sensitive brother. The Imperious sister awaits an answer. She has a set rendezvous at Hunter's Keep. She's set a rendezvous. The first mate leads you through the hatches usually kept locked down to the depths of the Fortis kettle. They begin to limp more evidently the further you descend. At last you come to the engine room, where a spike of Aigul jabs through the hull. The engine is thoroughly destroyed, its furnace is cold, its great wheels will never turn again. The surface of Aigul is exposed to your touch, it shimmers. We make it beautiful on purpose. There is a shiny silver patch on the spike. We allow the silver to be harvested. Touch it with one hand. Touch our face. This is dark. Well, this game is dark. You are no longer standing in the engine room. The tunnel is skin tight. You descend face first. The wall presses against the back of your head, urging you downward. You should not have come. The entry point of Aigul is regret. No one enters Aigul without. Not today. You cannot do this today. Perhaps some other time you will be ready. Descend. Aigul is made of needles. The inside of a needle is straight. Huh. Okay. Gain at Mount Palmerston or Scrimshander? Sharp, thirsty, dry, there is a scent of green bitter things, of fermentation. Cactus pulp renders an acceptable wine. Someone once died in a desert and you are traversing the cause of their death. They lived long enough to regret. Here is the memory of a dying man seeing a vulture overhead. The sky. An occurrence. Your Aigul commission to retrieve a regret quality is now 20. Begun drilling for a regret. A chancy challenge. We tell you which way to go, but you do not understand. Let's give it a crack, right? Succeeded. Okay. You narrow your shoulders, press your toes and your knuckles into the tunnel wall, squeeze left and down through a passage lined in fragments of amber. They gather what we wish to know. Here is a smell of a cloying perfume. The woman left her husband for a scoundrel. In a few years she was poor and alone. He seemed like a good man. How could I have known? Of course she knew. Her husband offered to take her back, but she could not endure his forgiveness. We have regrets also. He minded her absence much more than her unfaithfulness, but he could not persuade her. You succeeded in a mirrors challenge. An occurrence 25. Continue. A very modest challenge, 77%. Descend, but only if you feel strong. From here you cannot surface until you have found what you seek. Okay. You intend to move, and the tunnel moves you. A fresh red memory. She stood still when she wished to go. She answered questions from the man with the knife-shaped smile. She was afraid of him. She pretended his questions were questions of a sociable person would ask. She was more afraid of being discourteous. He did not kill her, after she was angry at herself anyhow for having her fears out of order. She had a new tongue installed in her mouth. In the presence of trespassers, the new tongue says, I dislike you, I fear you, I wish you would go, whether she bids it or not. Halfway through drilling for a regret. Well, let's give this a crack. What's the worst that can possibly happen apart from certain death? You've gained 1 terror. Well, we can try that crack again. It is so narrow in this passageway that you cannot feel anything. Like a professional mourner to funerals from retirement, you have no true feeling remaining, and even proxy grief is hard to summon. We're going to try this 5 times. Ah, we succeeded! Night regrets. A recollection the length of a hatpin. It would have been a baby. An occurrence 35. Halfway through drilling through regret. Collect what you came for. Will you be pierced by the brother's regret? Note the regret, but leave it where it lies. It is guarded by nacreous layers. This is not for you to take. Let's take it! The secretive brother was a clerk at the Admiralty. One cannot regret even clerical misdeeds. He fell behind in his filing, so he burned a stack of port reports and lied when his superior asked where they were. The lie went undetected. The loss of reports caused no great trouble. Nonetheless, the regret rankled. The brother had learned integrity from schoolboy novels. Confession offered no cure. It would not retrieve the reports. It would only disappoint the superior and open the whole department to censure. Sometimes cowardice and common sense lead to the same end. Brother's regret caused more trouble than the deed. We cured him. Have you undone the cure? Get out. You've done enough. An occurrence. Your Aigul commission to retrieve a regret quality is now 50. Retrieve to a regret. What form will you deliver it in? I'm surprised by that. It should be in what form will you deliver it? Anyway. The situation is pinned to the surface of Aigul. Once it was a roving vessel, the Fortis kettle. It floated freely from place to place. Now it is stuck in the spines of a fluke rock. Ponder how best to deliver your message to the Imperious sister. Grow the brother's regret into a spy. It is possible, given certain rubbery rituals and preparations. The first mate can show you how. Consume a needle of Fortis. Press the spike into your own flesh. Know what it knows. Little worse than a tattoo, surely. Consume 3 needles of Fortis and 10. Let's consume 1 needle and see what happens. You remember, a woman who persuaded herself into marriage. She never fell in love with someone else, or betrayed her husband, or did any of the usual things. She lived a dusty life and wondered whether she even had any appetites to satisfy. Faintly overlying this is the first mate's reaction: pity, annoyance, and a tangle of feelings about a different, broken relationship between themselves and the wounded captain. Okay, grow the brother's regret into a spine. No, because that seems pointless. Let's ponder how best to deliver. There are ways to reach her. See, she said she'd wait for you at Hunter's Keep. She will want some kind of proof of her brother's regret. Your words alone will not do it. You think you could go there directly and give whatever message you think best, or you could send her a dream by way of Irem. You've heard they make dreams there. Or perhaps there is a way by the Isle of Cats. Not that that would be a sensible or easy method. If we grow the regret into a spine, will that suffice for her to... Well, let's see. It is challenging to clip off, but you manage and then file down the spur. There is a little blood and some itching, and the spot remains sensitive. They are curious. Sharing the spine would relinquish one means of delivering the regret to the sister, but there are other ways. Let's do that, and then maybe we can go to Irem to deliver a dream. The first mate accepts it with gratitude and consumes it, their eyes slipping gratefully shut. The two of you have become equals. Afterwards they say, "You do not ask me about the captain. Someone must ask about his wound, or he will never be healed." Aigul of the knowledge first mate's question is 1. Perhaps not Aigul, so we don't know how to... Okay, there are no shops. Oh, there are shops here. Fuel, do we need fuel? We'll get 3 fuel. And the supplies. Very good, very good. Nothing else to do at Aigul? Okay, off to Irem. Where is Irem? I thought it was one of those, but I guess not. Irem. Alright, let's go up to Irem and swing past here. We still need to go to London, don't we, to repair the ship. Okay, let's go via London and then off this way to Irem. And we also need to go up to Venderbite to get a Muterfruit, I think, right? How do we... Captain Spoonbringer. G? Officers. Cooks. Assign. There we are. What does he do for me? Hearts 4, pages 2, mirrors 2. Very good. Here is a treasure directly ahead of us. Let us see what it contains. Why are we getting pushed to the side like that? Ah, a thalat. This thing fires back, doesn't it? And it turns so quickly, there's little point in trying to get around it. I'm not going backwards fast enough, and I've got no hull left. I don't see a current that I'm being pushed around in, still. Dissect it for knowledge, fillet it for supplies. We don't really need supplies, so we may as well go for knowledge. Perhaps it will make more sense in pieces. Failed, but we gained 1 pages. And 5 terror. Very good, very good. Ah, there is the current. Going the wrong way. Fantastic, let's get out of that then. Ah, treasures. Another thalat. What was that? 5 torpedo components. Are we going to take this thalat? Can our hull manage it? mean, it's 3 pages if we fail, right? Yeah, we can take this. I need to get away from this because I'm stuck on the side and I'm going to die and it's going to charge me and it's going to be a mess. Oh god, this actually might go south very quickly. Oish. Okay, we need to get above ground and keep away from terrible things. 1 pages, 37. Let's get to the surface as quickly as possible. Why are we being drifted that way? It's very frustrating. Oh, we lost 2 crew. Lordy me, we're down to 8. Okay. Straight for London then. Fuel to get us there without too much trouble. Lorkin's Port. And then up to Venderbight, then across to Irem. I need to get better at that underwater fighting, that's for certain. Adam's Doom. Slow, so slow. Okay, we can swing north now. I feel like there's a crab, but that's not going to cause too many problems. What's my iron? 130. Very good. Jellyfish. Scoop it up. Perhaps you can eat it. Perhaps better, your sailors can. Watch its rainbow colours fade. 1 Z story and 15 fragments. Albertine Gates. It's a very peaceful game. I like it. What's that terrible thing? Is that an awful, awful crab? Dissect it for knowledge. You've gained 25 fragments. Very good. We must be nearly home. Mutton Island. Should we stop off at Mutton Island? I think we're pretty much home safe now. There might be one more crab to the left of Mutton Island, I think, around here somewhere. Approach the dock, it's probably nothing. Time passes on Mutton Island. Has something changed on Mutton Island? Ask about. Sorry, much too busy, a royal visit. You look for someone else. Manage a few moments' attention from the custodial chief. It's the fruits of the Z festival, he tells you. The 30th. 30 were promised, 30 delivered. Now his complexity comes to visit our fair island. He turns to a hurrying fisherman who struggles under a mound of bunting. Is that all there is? More bunting? He screeches. More bunting? You'll get nothing from Mutton Island at the moment. Has something changed on Mutton Island? Lost 5 terror? Good. Gained a Z story and an intriguing snippet. Is the festival over? Has something changed on Mutton Island? That was intriguing snippets. Compile a port report. Explore the shore. 1 terror. Explore the shore again. Another terror, fantastic. One more time. No. Explore the shore, what's on the beach? You've gained 1 terror. The airs of Mutter Island hasn't changed because it's, I don't remember Mutton Island at all. Entertain your crew's terrified speculations. Each of them has a theory about what happened on the island. A sprightly deckhand blames Storm. He's always a gusting and blustering around here. The islands must have angered him. A craggy crewman shakes his head. Now that well of theirs. Someone waiting in the bottom of it and finally climbed out. I don't know why I'm doing accents. Psh! Scoffs a Stolham Snoker. Mark his words. This is the work of the Fathom King, and his complexity only takes what's offered. You've gained 4 Tale of Terror. You've lost 3 Z Story. And gained 2 Terrors. After the festival, investigate Cock and Magpie. Investigate the hill. Gained another Terror. Explore the village. Another terror. Brilliant. What's that on the beach? We've already done that. Investigate the Cock and Magpie. You've gained 1 terror. Alright, so we've pretty much cleared that place out. Goodbye. Let us get us to the London. Now then. I've always liked this little building. Ah, a bat. Let us send our bat to meet it. There are no islands within the Zeebat's range. There are. Just none that it hasn't found already. Rowena's Rocks. Alright, we need to go to the Admiralty and ditch all our port reports. I feel like you keep Port Palmerston port report? I don't really know. I feel like there's a need for it somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong. What I do know is we need more crew if we're going to be spending more time underwater. Right then, the revenue men. You have nothing to hide. They roam your deck like wolves, they tear through your belongings like termites. At last they leave. Collect a message from the harbour master. Something has changed underneath, someone wants to sign on. Another day, a message from the alarming squalor to the blind bruiser attends to business on the dock. That's all for now. I think we're going north anyway. 1,000 Echo. Collect a package from Polythreme in the Sea of Voices. We can do that. Okay. What were we doing here? First up, the shipyard. Nope. Story. The Dark Spectacle Admiral. Pass on strategic information. We have 4. Let's give him one of those. 150 Echo. Very good. Submit vital intelligence. We only have but 1. Okay. Submit port reports. I feel like we need to keep port. Well, we're going back up to Mount Palmerston. So let's get all of the things. Wow, I had not dropped any of these off in a long time. But it's a good source of cash, as you can see. That one not so much, only 5. Aigul, 45 Echo. $50 Echo, okay. The underground ones are pretty good. Have we already spoken to this dude? Submit your port reports. Did we not have any more? Continue, okay. Leave the Admiralty. Was there anything else he wanted? Speak of moves in the great game. Desire what he needs. Revelatory chart. Turn in your shipment red. Hurry. Sell the memento mori. Absolutely not. Two pieces of strategic information we've got. Okay, yeah, we don't have so much strategic information. Perhaps not. Shops. we've got plenty of fuel and supplies. Let's see the alarming scholar. How many of these do we have? 7. We can give her an extraordinary thing. 250 echo, boom. Back up to 5,000, a strange catch. I think we got to 4. 27 lamentable error. 5? 1753, how many did you? 10 echo, okay. An outlandish artifact, 20. 100 echo, okay, cash going back up. A searing enigma, absolutely not. We have an intriguing snippet, 50 echo. Okay, good. Story. We need to lower our terror. There we go, very good, very good. Lodgings, is there anything else we can do in here? Time with your family, no. Read the morning papers, yes. Visit your study, rest in your elegant townhouse, reduce your terror, heal 2 wounds and give you 2 restful nights. The Encardine robe of Mr. Sachs. I think we did him last time, right? Sell off an heirloom. Got 2. Let's visit the study and build another one of these things. Iron. And the almanac is an auxiliary item worth a further 7 pages. Create a monstrous almanac. What's that? Would increase your pages. What's our pages? Pages. It's 39. What's our lowest stat? Veils. Let's do... oh, okay. 7 strange catch. 7 outlandish artifacts. Oh, okay, we can only have 1. Well, let's do that for now. Continue. 1 supplies, 7 lamentable. To go... our iron's kind of high already, we don't really need much more. Still, can't hurt. Continue. Any of the others we can do. Captivating treasures. Convert outlandish artifacts. No, we're kind of running... as long as C finishes the story, doesn't it? Rosa's Wharf. This is new, I think. A tattooed courier will pay well for... oh, we got loads of scintillac. 100 echo per. Wow. Can we only visit Rosa's doodad once? Okay. Alright. Our hold is full. We have all the fuel and all the supplies. We need officers. No. Story. London. Hire on more crew. A new recruit. An elegant officer of the Carnelian exile. 50 echo. Yeah, she's an awful story. That pretty much destroys your entire captain. But we need some more crew. $14 should be enough. And we need to heal the ship. $25 echo. Let's do that one. Ratus Faber engineers. Perhaps not. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Let us away. Now, to where do we go? This one here, I think. Have we already been there? No, we haven't, have we? That's Anther. So here... what's that? Okay, here. God, there's loads of underwater ones. And we need to go to Polythreme as well. Perfect. Perfect. Let us submerge. Fed the crew. Have we got enough supplies? Now I'm slightly concerned. 10. Yeah, should be alright. Low Barnet, amazing. We need to go up to Venderbite as well, don't we? Oh, probably best to dock and not smash into that. Explore the church. What goes on here? What brings its congregation together? A port report. There is no pulpit. The organ has bent broken pipes, but Low Barnet is still a house of worship of a sort. Groups of sailors gather in the aisles. The choir benches are clean and face a makeshift stage. Lantern-eyed fish pass behind colourful windows of stained glass. The door to the bell tower is guarded by 2 burly vergers. The tridents are a nice touch. Trade stories with the congregation. Witness a contest of stories. Transport a wandering parson to his next destination and drop off a Blemmigan. Who wouldn't want why wouldn't an underwater church want an unpredictable fungal carnivore among its congregation? Let's do that. Your appearance and bearing attract attention. They're eager for new tales. Speak of Anth. Its memory still gleams. Unlocked. Okay, we need port reports. Glad I just got rid of them all. These must be all of the places that are under the ground. Witness a contest of stories. A competition is in progress. A voluble visitor tells of the Sideways Regiment, a plunderous legion of trained crabs. First they present a mighty collective shell, then comes the onslaught of 1,000 nippers, why I only escaped to a timely cloud of ink from my squid, which I befriended for precisely such an occasion. The unlikely story wins the acclaim of the congregation, while her rival slumps disappointed. The visitor waves her top hat. Processes to the bell tower. Its doors close behind her. Ask about the competition. What kind of contest is won by nonsensical lies about crabs? Follow her into the bell tower. What's in there? Wild riches? Or just a good buffet? 2 surly vergers block your approach to the door. One points back at the congregation. Only winners allowed, he grunts. Next one soon. You approach an apprehensive seaman who's staring into the distance, perhaps imagining marching ranks of crustaceans. You ask what happened here. The competition, the best story wins. Cavan's is all in the delivery, but you need a fine yarn to spin too. When you inquire about the winner's reward, his gaze turns wistful. If they're lucky, they get taken up. Wish I had a story to tell. Go about your business. Alright. We need to come back with port reports from under the water. Very good indeed. We're going to drop off a Blemmigan. Purple mushroom descends from the Zub, shuffles into the nave, scratching at dirt around the pews. It pauses near the pulpit, then with a decisive wriggle makes for a dark corner behind the altar. A trident whistles through the air and skewers its soft head. A verger strides over, retrieves her weapon, and hacks at the wounded Blemmigan until the pieces are mush. She gives you a baleful look before returning to her post. Did we get a port report? We did, didn't we? Okay. Shops. Let's grab a couple of supplies. How many memories of a distant shore have I got exactly? Oh well. Up and away. We need to go to Venderbite. Let us go under the Z to see what we can see. Sorry. Oh god, don't crash. There are many things here. This could be smelly. Or not. Yeah, he's only doing 24 damage per. That's perfectly manageable. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Ah, we're in a current. Destroy the Mutterly, send a boarding party. That was quite good last time. 2 fuel, 1 supplies, 120 echo. Very good. What's this? We'll come back to that. Let's first get this little treasure here. Loot the putter pony. Hear the crew's last wishes. Loot it. 3 supplies, 2 fuel. Opening a cache of curiosities. Tap the bung carefully. A firkin of honey. We can ditch a fuel for that. Let us swing round to investigate this particular treasure. $50 oxygen. That's nice, isn't it? And sort of pointless, and wow, what a brilliant crash. Are we near Venderbite? Yes, just coming up on it here. Ah, treasure! And then we must receive the wreck waits below a dark shape in dark water. What caused it to sink? And does anything salvageable remain? The cabins of the wreck are intact. Something of value may have survived. You don your diving suit. You're recovering salvage. A leather-bound journal. Its pages are sealed with wax. A course uncharted. You cut the journal open, unfolding a complex navigational chart. It shows abysses and reefs and marks. Are they cities? Regret, remembrance, refuge, delight, flower, freedom, and peace. You now have one revelatory chart. The dark spectacled admiral will want to see this. I feel like he pays quite highly for those. Very well. To the surface we must go, and the Muterfruit must be bought. I think it's from Venderbite. Maybe it's not. December the 17th, 1888. You are not welcome here. No, sir. Not welcome. The Vengeance of Jonah. Recruit the bandaged poissonnier. This will recruit him as a cook. Offer a strange catch. Sample today's special. Does that lower terror? Yeah. Let's take him. The Tomb Colony, we've got that low enough. Explore Venderbite, let's get the port report. Oh, a raggedy fellow, you could use an extra hand, we certainly could. Pay his passage home. There may be further effects. The sailor who came begging for a berth, he's done his good work, this one, but he's keeping a little shrine to Salt, the nameless god of the horizon, at the back of the hold. Out here, a captain needs all the help he can get, even from a sad, strange god of farewells. You now have the gods of the sea, Salt's attention. A certain matter has become clear. I think that's probably a bad thing. Gather gossip? Yes. Inspire wanderlust? No. Let's shops. They don't sell them. Ah. Sell the Tomb Colonist? Where do we get Mutersalt from then? Did we check the shops in... we didn't, did we? Maybe Mutersalt is from Withering Codex. Away with you, bats! I will not tolerate your nonsense. Slightly reduced terror, fine. Khan's Abyss. I feel like an abyss is probably something we want to explore in the Zubmariner. An abyss. Ooh, let's do it. Your helmsman gives you a questioning look. You say nothing. You are unaccustomed to repeating yourself. With a trembling hand, she steers your vessel down. You sink into the abyss like a coffin into a grave. Stony walls rise around you. Your vessel's light picks up beds of undulating anemones. Good luck. Pale fire bubbles from fissures in the walls, reflected by willful currents into hypnotic cascades of light that shiver across the interior of your vessel. St. Brendan's fire! Azela gasps. The navigator's blessing! Depart. You've seen what you've seen today. Retrieve a sample of the fires. Dive deeper. This right will increase your mirrors by 20, but decrease your veils by 10. Succeed or fail, you will gain the right, but failure will damage your hull. Succeed or fail, you will go deeper, but a failure will damage your hull. We've got plenty of hull. Let's do this thing, 41%. The helmsman obeys the order silently, driving the vessel even deeper down. Soon the submarine creaks against the pressure. The weight of the sea is crushing, and though your shell can hold, it suffers. Your submarine's pinprick of light shines onto a cliffside, illuminating only a spot of vast, inverted cathedral, a fathomless church. Ah, the church is okay. Well, we'll need to come back there. Mirrors by 20, veils by 10. Doesn't seem like a very good thing to do right now. Okay, well, that's a thing for another day when we've got something about the church, which is slightly terrifying. Where are we going now? Codex and Wither. Are we quite close? No, not very close at all. No treasures on the sonar. Sonar? Sonar pulse. Oh, let's not smash into that and destroy our hull completely. The Isle of Codex shops? Nope. Story, the Isle of Codex. Compile a port report. They will lay it before their mournful shrine. In exchange, they offer a Z-stained logbook from a battered chest. Trade a lamentable relic for 3 unread logs. An irritable monkey snatches the relic and cradles it to a matted fur of its chest, another one from a cautious distance. Flings the 3 logbooks at you, one after another. Sorry, I was just looking at that because it's the same symbol as the sigil Eden Navigator has. Each is filled with scientific field notes, this one of Z-soundings, this one of angular behaviour, and this one cataloguing the fossilised sigils of Codex. Continue. Now, I feel like you can combine these in some way. Perhaps not. Unread logs, unread logs, unread logs, unread log. Safer not to, eh? So whence does one find Muterfruit? Wait, am I going the right place? Yeah. Oh god! Screw the lifeberg. Oh, a little crash. Nothing too bad. Muterfruit! The hunter's cage. Anatomical cabinet. No, we'd quite like to keep that. Stygian ivory. Okay, so now we can speak to... Cure for animescence. I have an idea. She returns to her workroom, eyes downcast. No, I still feel that creeping fire, but there is another possibility, a species that understands fire better than any. There is an account in the journals of Dr. M. Demeaux of a devilrite used for the extinction of flames. The substance is called Zoop. It can be eaten by the unwary at least, but it can be turned to other purposes too. 2 Muterfruit, alright, so we'll need 1 more of those, 1 Zoop, and 7 Drowning Pearl. Lord knows where we get those from, probably the Fathom King, I'm thinking. Still, We could swing back to Venderbite. We needed that other Mutersalt, didn't we? The House of Question gained Storm's attention, asked about the drowned man. 5 fragment. Okay, story, wither, gather intelligence, yes. Shore leaving wither. The folk of Wither are quiet, sly and mystical. They subsist on cave fish and the dust-burrowing beasts of the waste. Their beer, however, is adequate. 5 terror, 50 echo. Okay, let us away. Do we want to try and take a lifeberg? I don't remember how much damage they do, but I feel like it's terrifying amounts. Oh god, here it comes. Concentrate on replenishing supplies. It's big, there may be something edible or combustible in there somewhere. Concentrate on gathering treasures. You need money more than edibles. Yeah, we do. You've gained 1 hunting trophy and 3 outlandish artifacts. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, now where were we going? To this underground place here, I think, by the salt lions, right? Is this another underwater place then? Because that's Hunter's Keep. Oh well. Let us smash into that. Brilliant. Remember to go underwater when your hull is... when you're moving forward, so you can smash into rocks and lose extra hull. We need to get a port report from Anth as well, don't we? Anth. The hungry dead. Return him. Perhaps he'll stay put this time. Should have sold the silly beggar. Okay, Anth is this way pretty much. That must be it there. Or is it this one up here? Oh, we don't like these things. Still, we'll take them. I think they shoot back. Is that Anth there? No. It's just some terrifying red nonsense. Fillet it for supplies, dissect it for knowledge. 2 hunting trophies. Very good. And some fragments. What is that? Oh, it's Mount Palmerston. Oh, okay. Red underneath because of the devil lady. The devilish devil woman? Whatever her name is. We've been to Anth, but we want the port report. I'm not going to do much else there. Overheard at Z, necessary adjustments. Are you alright? You look ill. Doctor, you say the body can adjust to most circumstances given sufficient motivation. Mine seems reluctant. Ah, well, just think about the fact that we're diving to uncanny fathoms in an experimental metal can equipped with dubious hydraulics and limited oxygen. I find that terribly motivating. Exile, yes, that helps. 20 fragment, 5 terror. That's new, I quite like that. What have I just smashed into there? Brilliant. This was where that terrifying creature came up from the deep, wasn't it? Gather a port report, visit Rosina in her chambers. I said I wasn't going to do anything, but that's lucky. Offer her a Needle of Fortis. Rosina makes no sound as you puncture her arm. In a moment she knows that you have tricked her. There is some horrible recollection in the needle, and she weeps as she remembers it. Her cheeks are flushed with the effect of evanescence, and the tears evaporate away again almost at once. I feel like if we do the dark... Are there any shops here? Scintillac, fuel, supplies, ambiguous eolith. What do we need? Fuel. And maybe a supply. I feel like if we... Where are we going from here? Directly south. If we finish the Brisk Campaigner's campaign, perhaps, and only perhaps, she will help with that aminescence. Is that the word I mean? Aminescence? Animescence? Aminescence. This is the salt lines to the left. Ooh. That was an abyss. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing and the mouse went off. I hope it's still recorded. If there was a bit of black screen there, I apologise. Let's back up and have a look at that abyss. Presumably maybe it'll be a different abyss. I mean, it's definitely a different abyss. But maybe it will be... Is it a different abyss? Yeah. But maybe it will be a different bonus. Explore the abyss. Continue... No, it's the same. Okay. Yeah, the salt lines is where you can make a lot of money. But we're not too fussed about that. Our money is just fine. The Zona has picked up an underwater settlement. It is some distance to the south. You are still not welcome here. Now, what's this one? Wrack. Earn your entry. Shops? No shops available. Perhaps once, but not now, and not for you. Tell of your exploits, impress them with tales of your daring, or at least make yourself the hero of a violent story you overheard. The wreckers surround your docked submarine, they greet you with crooked blades and rusted blunderbusses. Easy, trespasser, you want in, you prove you belong here. Wrestle them. That's right, all of them. This could go badly. A straightforward challenge. Let's do that. What do we need? One tale of terror. You launch headlong into the crowd, taking a sinewy scavenger and two of the fellows behind her down into the floor. You leap onto a crawl pack of poets who curse you in Greek, flip a miner who rushes at you with a hooked knife, headlock a Zayla who screams an ancient Assyrian war cry. One catches you from behind in a hug. She laughs in your ear. The rest of the wreckers raise their weapons and cheer. Damn fine, trespasser. Welcome to Wrack. The city is in want. Ships lured by false promises and lights litter the seafloor. Their broken hulls make a city for the wreckers. The citizens are in constant motion, working to survive and appease the fair king. I forgot to buy candles for the Solacefruit. Not that it matters, we ended up buying some, didn't we? Sorry, that just popped into my head. The citizens are in constant motion, working to survive and appease the fair king who sits deep within the city on his wheeled throne. Buy an audience with the fair king. He wants Scintillac. Very good. Compile a port report. Let's start there. The wreckers know their duty. The poets write enticing lies. Talkers travel to other ports to spread them. Miners construct the devices which will sink the lured ships, and salvagers strip them bare. The most celebrated of the wreckers wear no special costume, but are easily identified. They mumble poems in Arabic to themselves. They whistle lively tunes in new scales. They wear heavy gloves and carry silver clippers with which to cultivate tether. You now have one of this, a port report rack. Buy an audience with fair king. Put a Blemigan ashore. We can try that. Consider the state of the... How many Blemigans we got? We got one. We can always go pick up another. Consider the state of the city. The wreckers look sallow. Unlocked with Wrack, the state of the city no more than 16. You have 13. Follow an echo through the hulls. Many wreckers sing, but none quite like this. Alright, let's save the Blemigan for the end, because that can often ruin things. Careful, trespasser. The wrecker warns you as you approach. He escaped from Dahat. Mind your manners, or you might lose an ear. He looks up from a water-warped pianoforte, adjusting his glasses. His hand is stained with ink. There is music written on the wallpaper behind him. The escaped composer. The escaped composer's song. Take this with you, says the composer. It's a score scratched into a sheet of seaweed. Wow, many things to do here. The composer explains, while I languished in a cell in the hut, dining on drowny slops, this is the music I wish to have. You glance over the score. The tune suggests the impact of metal and stone, a broken shell, a bubble of air slowly rising to the surface. This is not a cheerful song for a submarine. There is a lady who was imprisoned alongside me. I don't even know her name, but her courage kept me whole. If you go there, rescue her. There is no one less deserving of a cell in that place. You now have one song of a broken hull as an occurrence. Your Dahut. Seeking a prisoner of Dahut quality is one. Ask to seek and free a prisoner in the hut. In the hut. Go. Okay. An audience with the fair king. Consider the state of the city. Stores are running low. There is enough food to subsist for a time, but poets may soon be out of paper, and the miners won't be able to make their explosives if their powder isn't refreshed. But the fair king ensures there is order. He goes without just as his subjects do, and he sees those who forsake their work for despair are flogged. Visit the shops tab. Ah! Bale of parabola linen. You cannot afford this. What do we need? A couple of fuels. Supplies, we're doing fine. We've got 3 firkins of prisoners' honey. We buy those with supply. I mean, that's an amazing deal. What do you sell those for? Devil bone dice. Yep. And torpedo components. Huh. Okay. Let's get an audience with the fair king. The wreckers fear and adore their king. With the right offering, you may be able to meet him. The rusted walls behind him are draped with 2 banners made of the tattooed flesh of his amputated legs. Wow, wow! He is admiring the scintillac through a jeweller's lens as you entered. We are pleased. Tell me, he says, looking at you. How would you... Good God! He wheels towards you, his voice is hoarse. We are not strangers, you and I. Taste the tether and see for yourself. The fair king is always glad to see you. I don't want to put a Blemmigan ashore now. Visit the royal hull. Taste the tether. There is a weed that grows on the broken ships. To taste it is a privilege reserved for successful wreckers. Well, we haven't successfully wrecked, but he told us to taste the tether. Within the rustling innards of a broken battleship, the wreckers keep the tether. It is guarded by heavy bullocks and priests capable of launching cannonballs across a room with their bare hands. It is the glory of the Wrack. Within the sanctum, where no water drips, are walls, doors, and a pedestal of trinkets. It's watched over by a stony matron. Make an offering of scrap, and you may choose. That's not a stony matron's voice at all. Leave the sanctum. What do we need? Wrack, wrack, wrack. I've been watching Killjoys. Wrack's in that, but it's obviously spelled differently. Eavesdrop on the wreckers. Learn where they are operating. Maybe you can warn the ports for the sake of goodness and profit. A miner hangs on the arm of the poet. That's your best work yet? No one could resist. The poet shrugs. Its success all depends on the talker and the audience, but they're pretty receptive in Port Carnelian, aren't they? I'm sure we'll have another one sink over Wrack in a week. You're going to Port Carnelian. You can't, did you see that? You can't afford to pay for... you can't afford for innocents to be racked, especially ones that may pay. Let's visit the royal king. The wreckers look on you with a quiet awe. They whisper to you as you pass, tethered to the king. Ah, here is the king. The fair king sits taller in his throne as you enter. He cannot help but smile. Welcome back. If any of the ships you sent come in, you think you recognise a few of the new wrecks as you enter the city. Approach the mirror. What do we need here? You need Wrack. Ship sent to Wrack 1. Something awaits you, and no more than 5. Perhaps not. Very well. We could go racking. You're going to Gaida's Morn. Okay, so Gaida's Morn and Port Carnelian. Perhaps not. Well, do you know what? There, I think, is where we are going to leave it for now. many new treasures uncovered, many wonderful things. There will be another part in the not too distant future, and there's my phone bleeping, so I must away. But my glorious friends, my delicious friends, as Failbetter would say, delicious friends, I will see you in the next video. Lots of love, bye. No, I'm not going to go just yet. What we're going to do... Yeah, no, I am. I was going to wait for a minute so that we could look into the mirror, but no. This is it. Goodbye. Are you still here? It's over. Go home. Name that film in the comments. Alright, really, I'm going. Lots of love, bye.